I'm going to have Steve get into that 40-yard dash start just so you can see it, and I could then adjust him. Notice he's already on the balls of his feet. Head is nice and relaxed. His arm is along the side. His butt is raised up above his shoulders. He has a forward lean so he can drive out. Okay? Relax, Steve, for a second. That's the right position that you want to be in. Once you get in that position, once you're in the position that you're going to sprint, you want to make sure that you explode out the right way. And what do I mean by that? When you're exploding out, you're pushing, okay, off your front foot. You're pushing off your front foot and you're punching with the back leg. So you're pushing and punching that back leg through. At the same time, you're furiously driving your arms out so you can get that explosion. When we come out of the start, we do not raise our body up. We shoot out. It's just like an airplane taking off. They gradually rise. Our natural body rise will raise our body. We do not force it up when we run the 40-yard dash. When you force it up, you throw all of your forces backwards, and your objective in the 40 is to go forward. So that's something we do not want to do. We want to make sure we're driving through, we have a nice low drive, and our body rises up over time as our body is ready to rise. Some athletes won't even rise fully until they're at the 35-yard, even as far as 40 yards down the track if they're doing it properly. So we push, punch, drive, drive, drive. That's the part of our start phase. We want to make sure we emphasize the drive, the push and the punch out of the start. Okay, I'm going to have Steve go ahead and get in his start, and then he's going to push, punch, and drive, drive, drive. Head's nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. Push, punch, drive. That's excellent. That's perfect. He really pushes and punches, and it just comes through. After you've learned the start for the 40-yard dash, the second phase is what we call the drive phase. So the start is we taught the techniques. It covers the first 10 yards of the 40-yard dash. Then you move into the drive phase, which is basically from 10 to 20 or 25 yards based on how strong you are as an athlete. The drive phase is essentially where you're developing your acceleration. You're taking all the energy that you've used in the start and you're continuing to drive to acceleration. What it essentially means is once you get all that explosion out in the start, you want to then keep building on that explosion. You want to keep driving, and from a technique standpoint, you are pushing off the ground, off the balls of your feet, and you're driving that knee forward. So you're pushing and driving. It's a quicker pull through. From a leg standpoint, it's a quicker pull through, but you're really focused on pushing and driving your knee. Okay? When I talk about driving your knee, I'm not talking about driving it up so you're forcing your body up. I'm talking about driving your knee out and up so you're gaining ground at the same time. It's essential in the drive phase that you're pushing back, essentially pushing back off the ball of your feet. That pushback off the ball of your feet is what's going to continue to generate the power through to your acceleration. What you're trying to do is you're pushing back off the ball of your feet and you're driving that knee up and out forward. So you're pushing back and you're driving that knee up and out forward. Your arm swing is still furious, but the key thing that you have to understand is that your face is relaxed at all times. So when you're sprinting, the more relaxed you are, the faster you will go. So you're explosive and you're driving and you're pushing off the balls of your feet and you're driving that knee forward, but you're relaxed in your face at all times. That will allow the speed to come out. Okay? That is the drive phase. Steve is going to then demonstrate the drive phase to you, and you will see him finish it for 20 yards. Excellent, excellent. The third phase of the 40-yard dash, Steve's still not winded, so that's good. The third phase of the 40-yard dash is the acceleration phase. Once you've got done with the start phase and the drive phase, which will take you out to 20-25 yards, you will then have the acceleration where you've utilized all of that power and drive to continue to accelerate and reach top speed. The goal is to try and reach top speed as quickly as possible in the 40-yard dash. And the acceleration phase allows you to do that. You've generated all the power from the start, all the power from the drive phase, and you continue to accelerate through to reaching top speed. This usually takes place anywhere between 20 and 35 yards in the 40-yard dash. Taller athletes, 6'3", 6'4", they may be just reaching top speed as they finish the 40-yard dash. That is okay as an athlete as long as they're running the right way. That is okay. What we talk about in the acceleration phase is now essentially a push and pull. So we're in the drive phase, we're working on pushing back to get the drive forward with our knee. Now we're pushing and we're pulling our heel through our butt with the toe dorsiflexed on the balls of our feet and then driving. So this push, pull is allowing us to maximize our speed, our frequency, and our leg stride from a natural standpoint. We never want to overstride to reach it. We want to reach it naturally. So we want to make sure we are then pushing, pulling our heel through our butt, driving our knee through, and then following that same process over and over. That will allow us to reach our maximum speed somewhere between 20 and 35 yards in the 40-yard dash. And Steve will then demonstrate that part for us. Pull through, pull through, pull through, pull through. Good. When finishing the 40-yard dash, we want to make sure that we run all the way through the line. So the last phase of the 40-yard dash is really essentially the finish, which is the 30 through the 40. The important thing on the finish is to make sure you run all the way through and continue the techniques that you use through the acceleration phase all the way through the finish line. You don't want to change any of your running mechanics. You want to continue to accelerate through the end of the 40-yard dash. Due to the short nature of the 40-yard dash, skilled athletes should still be maximizing their top speed through the 40-yard area. Offensive linemen, defensive linemen have to focus on making sure they hold their form all the way through the 40-yard dash, because the bigger you are, the harder it is for you to maintain that top speed. So you want to make sure that you maintain your technique and your form all the way through. You're essentially still pushing and pulling through and swinging the arms and keeping a relaxed face through the finish line. Many athletes make mistakes at the end of the 40-yard dash by slowing down to essentially reach for the line. In the 40-yard dash, most combines that are doing things properly will time you as you come right through the line. So if you try to reach or slow yourself down to reach through the line, you will essentially be slowing down your time. You want to sprint through the line. You want to sprint through the line. All right. Steve is going to show us the finishing part of the 40-yard dash.